Hi and welcome to my guide. Today we're going to be completing the quest Garden of Tranquillity. The quest requirement is creature Fenkenstrain and the stat requirement is 25 farming. Items needed: a ring of Charos. If you've lost this, you can pickpocket Dr. Fenkenstrain on the top of Fenkenstrain's castle to re-obtain it. Then also a rake, spade, seed dibber, a filled watering can, garnering trowel, secateurs. Be sure to store these at your tool leprechaun. You will need all the inventory space that you can get. 3 or 6 cabbage seeds as well as onion seeds, 1 marigold seed, a filled plant pot, 2 or more plant cures, pestle and mortar, a hammer, a rune or pure essence, as well as 2 regular, ultra or super compost, which cannot be from a bottomless bucket. And lastly, you have 2 options. Either bring along a fishing rod and spend about 0 to 5 minutes extra of your time, or 1 Fenkenstrain teleport. For the recommended items, because we don't need to fight anything during this quest, just bring along your weight reducing clothing and 1 or 2 stamina potions should be enough. I currently have them banked. And then lastly, 3 extra regular, super or ultra compost. And for these 3 it is okay for you to use your bottomless bucket if you have that. And for the final recommended item is 1 empty inventory slot, because we will be receiving a list of obtainable items when we start our quest. For the teleports, that are gonna be a bunch. 1 to Draynor, 1 to the Falador Allotments, 1 to the Falador Square, 3 to Port Phasmatys Allotments, 3 to Ardougne Allotments, 1 to Catherby Allotments, 3 to the Edgeville Monastery, then 2 to Burthope, 1 to Taverly from Burthope, I will be just running, 2 to Varrock, 1 to Lumbridge, and then 1 after the quest is completed. Alright, that were a bunch of items. So where to start this quest is here simply north of Varrock Square, here in the Varrock Castle. Here in the garden you'll find Queen Elemeria. Let's talk to her and select option 1. Next, let's run north, and just north of the bench you'll find 2 stone plant pots. Use your regular compost on both of them and then drop your buckets. Since you now have some inventory space free, let's talk to the queen again and select option 1 to receive a trolley. Once we have this, let's teleport to Draynor and let's talk to the wise old man. He will now enchant our ring of Charos. To do that, we will need to answer 7 multiple choice questions, but the answers are random. But I will be going over the answers with you. Let's talk to the wise old man and select option 1 to start your quiz. After the long conversation, the quiz starts. Answer number 1 is show them a range of colors. Number 2 is take the generous gift. Question number 3, it's absolutely unquestionably the most interesting thing. Number 4, it is put on the silly helmet. Question number 5 is you of course be Keymaster 0037. Question number 6 is ask me nicely. And then the final question, no, especially not that wise old man. Wait, what? Yes. You don't really need to select any option because he has already activated your Ring of Charos. Alright, let's run northwest to the Falador Allotment patches. And we will now need to talk to the GAG member. Group of Advanced Gardeners is the abbreviation, I think. And he is called Elstan. Talk to him and select option 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1. Alright, once we have agreed to grow some marigolds, let's rake the flower patch. or remove anything that you have put in there, and then plant your marigold seed. You may water it, but it is absolutely not necessary. But be sure to use some compost to give it some extra lives. Regular gives +1, super 2 and ultra 3. Once you've done that, let's teleport to Port Phasmatys and let's go to the Port Phasmatys allotment patches. Let's now talk to that gag member over there. Let's talk to Lyra and select option 1, then 7 times 2 and then option 1 again. Hopefully you can still count to 7. One. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Alright, and I will grow you a patch of onions. Once you have agreed to that, let's rake both allotments and plant in both of them your onion seeds. If one of them were supposed to get diseased or die, then at least you have a second one. But you absolutely do not have to plant some onions in the second patch as well, just one is enough if you think it will not get diseased. Once you have planted your onions, let's teleport to the Ardougne allotments. To the gag member Kragan over there, we will need to select option 1, 5 times 2, and then 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then yes, I will grow you some cabbages. Alright, let's rake one of the 2 allotments, or both of them if you want to plant all of your cabbage seeds at once. And let's plant at least one patch with cabbage. Once you've done that, let's teleport to Catherby, or run there. And let's now go to the Catherby allotment. There, let's talk to the gag member called Dentera. Honestly, I'm quickly going to the bank here in Catherby so I can grab my stamina potions. Let's talk to Dentera and select option 1, 2, 2, 2. After talking to her, go to your tool leprechaun and grab your secateurs, filled watering can, as well as your gardening trowel. Next, let's teleport to the Edgeville monastery. From there, run a bit west and up the ice mountain. Near the oracle from the Dragon Slayer quest, you will find a white tree. Be sure that you have some secateurs in your inventory and use them on that white tree to place a small seed inside of your filled plant pot. Near the oracle, white tree, secateurs, white tree. Let's use the shoot on the filled plant pot and then water the plant pot so it has a W inside some parentheses. Next, let's teleport or run back to the Edgeville monastery. And let's now run north to the cabbage field to talk to Brother Aldrich. Select option 2. But the ring has no effect on the brother. If you've brought a Fenkenstrain teleport, let's destroy our Ring of Charos by unequipping it, right click and destroy. Then let's talk to Brother Eldrick again. And he will allow you to pick from the 3 rose types. Let's take some seeds from the red, the pink and the white roses. Once you have your 3 rose seeds, let's teleport to Fenkenstrain's castle and let's go to the top floor to pickpocket Dr. Fenkenstrain and re-obtain our ring. Let's pickpocket Dr. Fenkenstrain, equip our Ring of Charos and then make our way to Burthope. And let's now enter the pub, using the northern door and then exit the pub going to the back, here at the southeastern door. And near the door you should find Bernald. Let's talk to him and select option 2 and then 1. Be sure to have equipped your Ring of Charos, by the way. Next, use one of your 2 plant cures on the diseased grapevines. It will not work, simply talk to him again after your vial is empty. And you will now need to go to Alain, who is located at the tree patch in Taverly. Either use a Taverly teleport if you have that available, or simply run as a peasant south to the tree patch in Taverly. Alright, south of the witch house quest start, let's talk to Alain and select option 1 twice. After you've spoken to him, let's make our way back to Burthope. I will be quickly teleporting and let's return to Bernald. On our way back to the vines, let's use a hammer on the essence to make some shards, use the shards on the pestle and mortar to grind them, and then use the rune dust on a plant cure, then use this enhanced plant cure on the diseased vines. This will cure them. Talk to Bernald to obtain seed number 4. Fuck, I need Varrock teleports, really? Where are my Varrock teleports? I don't have Varrock teleports. My god, this quest. Let's make our way to Varrock and let's return to the Queen to plant these first 4 seeds. Once you've returned to the Queen's Garden, the vines are on the northwestern wall. Rake the vine patch and then simply use your vine seeds on the vine patch. They will never get diseased, it will just take about 10 to 15 minutes for them to be fully grown. Once you have done this, let's go back to the Queen and near her there should be a white tree patch. Rake and then use your white tree sapling on it. If it isn't a sapling, be sure to water your shoot, white tree shoot. Next, rake the 3 most southern patches and then plant the rose seeds in their respective patches. Once we have done this, let's teleport to Port Phasmatys, Ardougne and Falador Allotment patches to check up if our patches got diseased or not. This one is fine. What the fuck? Why didn't I plant? Cabbage, fine. Falador, let's go. Alright, my marigolds are done. Didn't even need my coins to buy plant cures. Right, pick your marigolds and let's talk to Elstan. Select option 1 to receive your Deliphium seeds. Next, let's teleport to Falador and use the trolley that you've gotten from the queen on the statue in the center, and this should trigger a cutscene. Alright, once the cutscene is over, you will see that the statue will be now placed on your trolley. First, let's right click on it and then do a pull. Doesn't really matter which direction. And then just push it north. The fastest one would be the big push. Right click, big push, and push it north through the gate. You will get a fade to black and teleport to the garden. Let's push this statue into the garden. This statue needs to be placed next to or in front of the white tree. Simply push the trolley next to the plinth, then right click and place to place a statue on the plinth. Alright, let's now get the second and final second statue, which is the one of Lumbridge. Go a bit east, and right when you exit the courtyard of the castle you'll find two statues. Use your trolley on the southern one. This will not trigger a cutscene. And then immediately push this trolley over the first southern Lumbridge bridge. This should also trigger a fade to black and teleport you to Varrock. Cool, once you've made it to Varrock, let's push also this one inside of the garden, and the plinth for this statue is in the northeastern corner. Alright, so just on the other side of where you've planted your vines, let's go to the northeastern corner, place the statue on that plinth, and then you're done. By the way, while we're here, go to the southwestern corner of the garden, raid the patch of the Delphiums or the Belfiniums, and then place them in that big patch. Now for the final ones are the snowdrops as well as the two orchids. And you might have guessed it, those are your cabbages and your onions. So now what we'll need to do is simply, teleport to one of those and wait for either of them to be fully grown. That is basically all that we can do right now. Oh, I'm done. Oh, alright. Once you're able to harvest the onions, let's talk to Lara. Select option 1 and then make your way to Ardy to check that your Ardougne thingies, your Ardougne cabbages are not dead. That would suck. Either bring some plant cure or some money to buy a plant cure from the nearby farming shop. Hopefully you're able to harvest so I can continue with our quest. No, basically complete our quest. No, not really. We need to plant these and then wait another 12 minutes. I can harvest. Alright, Krager, select option 1. I'm selecting option 1. Give me the seeds. Teleport to Varrock. Let's plant these in the corresponding patches and then wait another 10 to 15 minutes. I think approximately 12 for these seeds or flowers to be fully grown, and then we can talk to the queen to complete our quest. Yellow east, pink west. Snowdrop white, just a bit on the eastern side, next to the bench. Maybe now, maybe now. Let's check. Hello, Mrs. Queen. Select nothing. Yes, she takes the list. Let's talk to Rolly, the king. Select option 1, 2 and then 2, and this should trigger a cutscene as well as complete your quest. But if you want to read a funny dialogue, but it will not help you progress the quest, you will need to select option 1 twice. If not, 1, 2, 2. Be sure to equip your Ring of Charos, by the way. Congratulations, you've completed the Garden of Tranquillity quest. You are awarded with 2 quest points, 5000 farming experience, 1 apple tree seed, 1 acorn seed, 5 guava seeds, as well as a 4-dose compost potion which transforms a full compost bin filled with regular compost into super compost. You now also have a activated Ring of Charos, which while equipped, it can reduce the costs of certain services, and it can also be very helpful during certain quests. Alright, I will be able to gain some farming XP. Alright, quest completed. To complete 2 medium diary tasks of Varrock. The first one, let's go to the white tree patch and... Alright, to complete 2 tasks of the Varrock medium diary, since I've waited here in this garden for 5 extra minutes, I will be now able to pick a fruit from the white tree, and this will complete a task. For the second one, we will need to talk to Gertrude while having a Ring of Charos equipped, and then also with 100 GP, and then we will be able to select a color of our newly purchased kitten. Be sure that you only have an overgrown cat or no cats whatsoever. And that's it. I have made a lot of mistakes during this quest. Hopefully it has still helped. Me during editing trying to fix them really hates this. Hopefully didn't really notice or didn't really bother you too much. Subscribe, rate and comment. Okay, thanks, bye.